Hey, how you doing? I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're doing good. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. We welcome you. On this channel, we heal, we grow, we elevate, and we talk about some things, babe. We be talking about some things. And so fam, let's talk about success, okay? Let's talk about success today. Let's talk about the maintenance of success, right? Oftentimes we are striving and elevating and we want to be this and we want to be millionaires and we want to be billionaires and we want to be business owners and we want to be wives and we want to be husbands and we want to be all these amazing things, right? Even the things that homeowners, car owners, the list goes on, so fam. But let's talk about the maintenance of success. See, oftentimes everyone's telling you how to get success, right? They're telling you how you have to do this and how you have to do that and how you got to follow this and how you follow that and blah, 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 blase. And yes, all that stuff is important. But one of the important things that we have to keep in mind is the maintenance of success. The maintenance of success mentally, physically, emotionally, right? These are things that are overlooked and not often talked about, right? And I'm gonna talk about it, so fam, because as a successful woman, as a successful person, rather, there are a lot of pros, right? And there's a lot of cons. Now, let's save the best for last, right? So we'll talk about the pros later because we all know the pros, right? The pros is you're successful. Okay? Yes, you did it, babe. Right? And not to say cons, but I would like to say, I don't want to use the word cons. Let's say hidden secrets. Yeah, let's say the hidden secrets of success. Ooh, I like that, right? They're hidden secrets because they're there, but oftentimes people aren't talking about it, right? It's in your face, but you don't really have that consciousness to it, have that awareness to it, right? So when you are striving to be successful, right, you have to be mindful that you have to maintain this success, right? This lifestyle. Oftentimes, you'll see people fall a little short because they really wasn't aware of the amount of maintenance it takes to maintain this particular lifestyle, right? So let's talk about business. Let's just talk about business. Say you want to start a brand, right? You want to be the next Macy's. Okay, let's just say Macy's. Macy's does everything. If you want to be the next Macy's, it's more to it than selling a dress or selling some earrings. You have to know your market. So I don't have a Macy's brand, so this is just broad, okay? Overall, so fam, you have to figure out the maintenance for your brand, right? So if you have beauty products, you have to always know what's happening in the beauty industry. Oftentimes, we do the bare minimum research and we're not prepared for slow seasons. There's going to be times where your brand is not going to be selling as much. So you have to know what to do or who to call when that happens. So you have to have plan B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? So with success, so fam, there's a teamwork that comes into play. You have to know when it's time to call someone in or when it's time to take someone out. Also the maintenance of success, not biting off more than you can chew, right? All the time, so fam, we want a million followers, we want 1 million subscribers, we want, you know what I'm saying? We want the whole rendezvous, but can you emotionally handle that, right? Because with 1 million subscribers, let's just say 1 million, with 1 million subscribers comes about 10% of unwanted comments, right? So are you emotionally ready? Is your skin thick enough to handle unwanted opinions? Are you ready for that type of exposure? So we have to be realistic with ourselves when we're asking God for blessings and we're writing out our goals and we're trying to achieve our goals. We have to be mindful of the amount of footwork it takes, and it's not to scare you, so fam. If anything, it's going to give you more reasons to get prepared. This hair, right? Get prepared. Ask questions. Show up to workshops. Put yourself in a room that makes you uncomfortable, and not in a bad way, right? But like, oh, I don't know no one here. Oh, so bad. I think I gotta cut this bang a little more. But this is gonna make you uncomfortable. You don't know no one there. Showing up. Fighting those anxious moments, right? There's times where maybe we have a crowd of people looking at us. Getting comfortable in those spaces. Pushing yourself to be the first one to dance at a party. That's just a little exercise. You know, like, usually if you go into a room, like and you're first one at the party, let's just use a party as an example. No one's gonna just immediately jump to the dance floor. You might have that one, wild one to meet up, but overall, people usually wait till everyone else is doing it, then we'll do it, right? So you have to start to put yourself in uncomfortable positions if you're trying to maintain success and be successful. Oftentimes, we bite off more than we can chew, and then we beat ourselves up unknowingly. We start to over-criticize ourselves. We start to have doubt. We stop doing the work that we were doing in the beginning towards the middle, right? In the beginning, it's like when you first start something, you have all this energy, right? You just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be amazing. Then after 1 year, you just kind of dragging your feet a little bit. You just like, I'm here. You lose that because maybe you've had some letdowns. When you're maintaining your success, you have to be ready for denials. You have to be ready to handle rejection. You have to have the mentality, a strong mentality, that you can't cheat. You can't take a shortcut, right? Some of us will try to just, I'll just buy some followers. I'll just, take a shortcut. And then we're hit with a load. We're hit with the exposure, and we're not prepared. We don't have merchandise, right? This is just an example for subscribers and things like that. You have to have your merchandise. You have to be learning how to publish a book. You have to be learning how to speak. Learning how to show up in public, right? Knowing who you are before you meet people that tell you who you are, right? Sometimes people get that validation from people, and it's like, wait, you should already know that. You should already know. You should already know you was funny. You should already know you was goofy, right? So these are things that come with success, and knowing when to stop and knowing when to take another step. knowing when to expand, knowing what's working, being real with yourself. Oftentimes we'll start doing something that'll, do well for us, and then we'll overdo it to a point where it's like, okay, give us more, give us layers. So it's about knowing what your audience likes, knowing how to switch it up. Same with like products. If you're having products, knowing when it's time to add a new product, take out a product, sell out. Knowing how to operate the game you're in, the business you're in. Knowing who to talk to. Knowing when it's time for help. Right? Sometimes we need to speak with somebody and we don't take that step and talk to the person that we need to talk to, and we hinder our growth. It's like having blinders on or like a roadblock when you get to a space and you need a refill. You done gave a lot of your energy in the beginning. You done had all these creative ideas in the beginning. You've been working hard. You've been showing up every day. There'll come a point where you need to refill that drive. Right? You have to start having new conversations. Conversations is the number, it may sound like, but having conversations with the right people is a skill that's needed to maintain success. And not having conversations, knowing when not to have conversations with other people. Because sometimes we'll be in a weak space and we have that borderline friend, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know when to zip our lips, and we'll start conversing with them, not realizing you beating yourself up through that conversation. Why are you having that conversation? Why? Learn how to nip it in the bud. Knowing when you've mentally had enough and you need a break and you need to talk about something else and do something else. So when you're maintaining your success, fam, you have to have full awareness of the circle you're in. Knowing what friends bring the best out of you, and knowing what friends you may need a break from. Knowing when to say no. When we maintain our success, the success you have to know when you've had enough. Alright, so fam, we might have a part 2 to this. This is just touching on some basics. There's a lot of us, we want success and we want the spotlight and we want this and we want that and we want that. Make sure you want the maintenance, the bills that come with it. Some of us, we forget about that part. Success is a bill. Okay. So you have to be ready to take that on, because it's going to have your name on it, right? Set yourself up for success. Learn what it is that you need to learn. Apply the knowledge that you need to apply. Take the classes you need to take. Save up what you need to save up. And take your time, fam. Sometimes we be rushing through, trying to get to the end goal, missing these important key factors. If you need school, go to school. I know there's a lot of negative stuff out there about school. Go to school, Sophia. I'm someone that went to school. My hair. I am someone that went to school and don't regret a minute of it. And I hear what people say about school and get it out the way, Sophia. There's nothing like getting your school out the way. Your degree don't expire. Relationships will come and go. Family will come and go. And when it comes down to it, and you have to possibly get a job, at least you lined up to get a decent job. Right? I'll take a decent job any day. Educate yourself. Yeah, there's a spiritual world, but there's also a physical world. And you can't have one without the other. And that's one thing that most people overlook, fail to say, or act like it don't exist. Yeah, you got the spiritual world, but faith without works is dead. And we can't act like this physical world don't exist and be living up in the clouds. I'm gonna leave it right there. Because you already know. You already know. Do what you gotta do, Sophia. There's no shortcuts. The more shortcuts you start to look for, it'll hit you. And when it hit, babe, you're gonna have to do it anyway. Do it now. If you haven't already, book a session with me and let's talk about some things. Let's get down to it. All right? In order to be a part of the Soul Fam, all you have to do is subscribe and apply the knowledge. Okay, Soul Fam? Apply the knowledge. Take the time. Okay? You'll start to see a difference. And if you haven't already, get a copy of my book, 77 Pieces of Poetry. Get some peace, heal, learn, love, and grow. It's that simple. Ooh. Amelia Adair, thank you again for tuning in. And I'm going to see you at the next one. Bye for now.